All right, so we're gonna do some external rotation, pales rails for the shoulder. I'm gonna show one shoulder at a time here. It is always nice to have a 2-block setup here. I think this is the best way to get after it. If you have 1 block, you can flip it down and you can support your elbow with a towel, like so. But ultimately what we're looking for, guys, remember external rotation, working the fist back behind the humeral head. Not a ton of external rotation in the shoulder. 15 degrees or so past that 90 is a pretty solid external rotation. So how we want to set this up: elbow, fist to about that block. It's going to put me in some external rotation. I'm going to go ahead and support my head with this hand as well, and I'm just going to go ahead and let this shoulder draw back, and I want to stretch and open up through that pec. And I'm going to spend about a good 2 minutes here. One point of emphasis that I really try to make in every class and with any client is when we're working external rotation, guys, I don't want the shoulder up to the ear. We're really emphasizing you're trying to properly retract and set the scapula. So as we stretch, we always want to be checking in how well we're drawing the scapula back and we're keeping that arm at a nice good 90 degrees. Quite difficult, to be quite honest, to figure this out, but practice and repetition will get you there. I recommend you guys reach out to us too with any questions. But point being, I don't want to be in this upwards scapula state. I want to really think about drawing the shoulder blade down and back the spine and opening up through that shoulder. So my pales effort, after I've stretched for in and around 2 minutes, is going to be taking a breath in and really making sure I've solidified and locked the scapula down and back. From here, pales is driving fist down into the block and creating tension by trying to crush the block through the floor. Once again, light, 5, 15, 25% is a great place to start for this first rep. Holding for 15 to 20 seconds is a really nice place to be. Remember, the more intense, the lower time we're gonna be under tension. So I'm gonna hold and crush that block. I'm keeping my scapula back. As I'm pushing the block through the floor, I hold for my set amount of pales time. And then my rails, I'm gonna take a little intermittent break between, just a quick couple seconds, as I draw the scapula back again. And now I'm trying to slowly lift the fist away from the block. What you'll tend to see with a lot of people is, to get that lift off, we start to creep the shoulder forward again. I don't want to see any lift of the fist if the shoulder has to come forward. For 90% of us, I'm going to say there will be no lift, actually clearance of the block, if we're doing this correctly. So my rails, I take a breath in, shoulder stays back, and I'm trying to rotate that scapula down and back as I try to lift the fist. 10, 15 seconds, keep it in that 15, 20%. We don't want to have too much wrist motion going. We hold that, and then we're going to exhale and set it back down. I draw the stretch again by pulling the shoulder blade back. I'm opening up through that pec, feeling a nice good stretch, hopefully through the underside of that elbow. And then we'll spend about 30, 45 seconds getting some recovery, letting that stretch, letting the nervous system relax before we reload for that second rep. So pales down through the block, rails pulling back up. Key point being, the scapula is going to want to be retracted down that spine. We're thinking about getting the chest open and drawing the scapula down and back.